Welcome to Doak Campbell Stadium, and you might as well get used to the sound you're hearing. The Seminole war chant is going full float. This game could have a huge impact on the trajectory of both teams' seasons as each are trying to break into the top 25. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Syracuse Orange, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Seminoles will get us started with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down into 26. So the Syracuse Orange will go on offense first. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy they can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
Both these teams just outside the top 25 and really needing to win a game like this. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He's going to take off. Get every inch you can, but don't take the big hit. Great job by the quarterback. The Orange will have to punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So Florida State's offense will have its first possession of the game. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Here on third down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Connors. Getting some heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Whitaker. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. On second down, will they go back to the ground game? The play-action fake, feeling some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And the Noles will call on their punt team. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Off-play action on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Trying to escape and get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. They get to the line quickly. You know, when you get off to a tough start in conference play like these guys have, sometimes the temptation is just to try to get through it, play out the string. How can they turn it around?
Well, they just need to put a game together in all 3 phases for 4 quarters, and they haven't been able to do that yet this year, especially, David, when they've gotten an ACC play.
Yeah, and they've struggled. It's not the start they wanted, but what are coaches talking about? Like, when you get some adversity, how are you going to respond? And how do we finish the second half of the season so we can build on it for the future? It's not pretty, it's not fun, but let's finish strong throughout this conference play.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Flips it out in the flat. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. They keep attacking through the air, looking to buy time. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
All right, nice job, defense. Backs against the wall. You did your job setting up 4th down. Just be careful, though, because this is a team that's shown they can fake field goals. Your guys have to be alert.
And the field goal unit is on the field. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. No good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw, it's Connors. A little release to the back. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield. He's looking to throw. Right down the middle. It's caught downfield. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Simon. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Trying to get to him. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Comes out throwing on first down. They're trying to get to it. Quarterback all over the place trying to make a play, but eventually he goes down.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Stewart. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on. And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, but I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Doak Campbell Stadium.
Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Got it in the middle. It's Simon. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The hand to the running back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Connors. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. The Noles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. This has been a tight one, 3rd quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Makes the grab on the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
3rd down coming up.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
You know, when you go dime personnel package, you've got extra DBs in the game, so it's harder to throw if you're the quarterback. There's just not as many windows. They've got more guys in coverage. You're expecting to at least have a little bit more time, but your offensive line, man, they just couldn't hold up.
And the Seminoles will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Wagner. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Pushes ahead for a couple, they'll mark it at the 33. Syracuse right back at it. Dropping back, it's Peyton. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Still on his feet. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass, and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
The give to the lone running back. He's got enough to give Syracuse the first down. Defense, defense, defense. No one is giving an inch, and the stats bear that out after 3. And this is just the way you want it. The game will be won or lost in the 4th quarter as we take a look at the stats through 3. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Past the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got his man on the outside. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, running back on the move. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. And the offense is so close to the go-ahead score, they can smell it here in the 4th quarter. On the move. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He'll pull it on the read. Touchdown, Orange! They move on top here in the 4th.
We finally get some points on the board. The defense has been dominating the day. Unbelievable job. 3 quarters of shutout football. Now finally some points on the board. Let's see where this goes now once you've created some momentum.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. War Eagle. Auburn is putting on a show offensively, and they just simply can't be stopped. They're up by 28 over UMass. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. They're bringing heat. Grabbed over the middle at Stewart. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Catch in the middle, it's Stewart. Carrying the ball with an edge and hammering his way to the 40. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Coming after it. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. What a job by the line. Lost the defense. He's wide open. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Connors. Unloads to the right. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Getting some heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
4th down.
The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
Timeout.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for the end zone. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Bad offense, good defense, no scoring. That's pretty much what we had in this one as they come up short in a bit of a slogfest.
Yeah, and most of the time in college football, it's the opposite, right? You don't defense optional. Offense scores so many points. This one, back and forth. Offense is struggling, trying to make plays. Defense has put on a great effort.
And a lot of issues for this offense in this game today, obviously, and I think the coaching staff now really needs to take a look at how they're game planning and how they're going to give their players an opportunity to have success. It may be time now to start changing some things up a little bit.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports